Hi, welcome to the Yarn and Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all of the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Welcome to a Yarn and Yarns Extra video. In some ways I feel like we are coming back to the origins of this channel. If you have followed along since the beginning, which was some 3 and a bit years ago, the channel started off as a way for me to record my journey as a new yarn shop owner. And if you've watched any of my recent videos, you'll know that unfortunately that journey in its current format is coming to an end. But I'm working really hard to try and transform the business into like a small online yarn shop rather than a bricks and mortar yarn shop. So we're here in my house today because I thought I'd show you phase 1 of our plan for making some changes here at home so that we can carry on the Yarn and Yarns journey. So I'm stood just inside my front door today and we're going to step inside the house and I'm going to show you where the new Yarn and Yarns stock room is going to be and some of the work that we're doing to get that room ready. So the house is in chaos at the moment, as you can probably imagine, so you'll have to excuse the various mess piles that are around as I take you around, but there's always that stage where things get worse before they get better, isn't there? So let's come on in. So we're coming into our hallway at the moment, and there is something here that isn't usually here, so let me just step around. This unit here is one that I've brought home from the shop, and this is kind of a part of phase 2 where we set up the stock room, but we had an opportunity yesterday. A friend of mine come to visit the yarn shop and he very kindly threw a couple of things into his car to bring home. So this will make its way upstairs at some point. But in the room behind me, which is our living room, we've started the first part of our sort of reorganisation and transformation. So these bookcases, there's one here and there's one over behind the telly, are new. I built these at the beginning of the week. All of our books have previously been in the room that I'm going to be using as the storeroom, stock room. We just haven't really organised and unpacked them since we moved in. So this is the first part of phase 1. I didn't think to record the beginning of the process. It only just occurred to me a couple of days ago to do this. So we've missed the first part, but you get the idea. Down in the corner here, we've got 2 and a bit boxes of books that we've sorted out for donation. So at some point, we'll have to figure out a way to get those to one of the local charities. But that's a problem for another day. So we're going to head upstairs now to the room that we still need to do a lot of sorting out in to transform it into the new Yarn and Yarns stock room. So come along with me. So as we head up the stairs in my house, the staircase splits in 2, and if you go to the left, our bedrooms, and then there's a staircase going further up which leads to my attic craft room, and then to the right we come to our bathroom and shower room, and this box room is going to be the new Yarn and Yarns stock room. And as you can see there is still some sorting out to do. So if we come into the room, not much room to manoeuvre in here, but a couple of days ago this room was piled high with extra boxes. So we have emptied a good quarter of the room just by sorting out our books. So the task for today is to try and do a bit more sorting and clearing. As you can see, there's still quite a lot of boxes and bits and pieces in this room to sort out. We've got our garden furniture piled up in here. We have a very small garden and no garden shed. So this room kind of has been the dumping ground for the garden furniture through the winter. And although we've had amazing weather, we haven't had any visitors, so we haven't got around to putting the garden furniture out yet. But we're going to try and make a new home for that under the staircase at some point. So yeah, this is going to be the new Y&Y stock room. A pretty small room, as you can see. So I'm going to have to be very selective about what I stock in the future. But we have measured up and figured out that along this wall where the furniture is, we can fit one of the 4x4 sort of IKEA Kallax cubby units that I've got in the shop. So I'll have a good amount of storage there. And then I've also got some other smaller units, including that 4x1 Kallax unit that you saw downstairs, that will come and fill in this space somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work yet. The room's a bit of an awkward shape. We've got this kind of like built-in box down the bottom there, which kind of makes the floor area a little bit tricky to work with. But I have a set of black sort of wire cube racks that you assemble, and they were actually in the box on top of that Kallax unit downstairs, that I'm thinking I might be able to set up and rest on top of this box. But it's all a bit kind of airy-fairy in my head at the moment, and I don't know exactly what this room is going to look like. Ideally, I would like to slap a bit of paint around in here. We've not touched this room since we moved in, but with only 6 weeks left to clear the shop, I don't think I'm going to have time with all the rest of the sorting out that I need to do to waste a day or two painting and then waiting for the paint to dry. So we're probably just going to have to go with what we've got, which I don't think will be too bad. It's not horrendous in here. It would just be nice to freshen things up while the room's empty, but I don't think that's meant to be. Yes, today we're going to see if we can make some extra inroads into clearing some of this. Most of the boxes now have got things like Blu-rays and just general bits and pieces that we need to sort through to see whether we want to keep it, or if it's for the charity shop, or if it's just for the bin. So yeah, we'll see how far we get with that task. So the bookcase that you saw behind the TV is not super easy to access, but it's only probably a third full. So we're going to put some of the things that we don't need to access regularly but we want to keep on the rest of those shelves. And in the room that is James's office, come music room, I built another one of those bookcases, so there's one in there to fill up as well. So we're hopeful that we'll manage to decant a lot of that stuff into the rest of that space. I don't know if you can see, I'm about to take that box downstairs, but then we've kind of emptied this half of the room. So we need to go downstairs and sort through everything we've taken down, and I can bring that Kallax unit that's down in the hallway up here and get it out of the way. It's a couple of hours later, and so much for my nice relaxing Sunday. But we have made great inroads into clearing this room, so let me flip the camera around and show you what's been going on. So as you can see, garden furniture still there, but we'll sort that out. There's a couple of boxes left on the floor down here that are probably going to go upstairs in one of the attic cupboards, but again, that'll be a job for another day. This room is basically clear. These, obviously, that's going to stay. These odds and sods need clearing out, and so does the stuff on the window ledge. But I think we've done a pretty good job compared to what this room looked like a couple of hours ago. Hopefully we can make this work. So yes, I think we'll call it a day for today and get some more bits done to this room at some point this week or maybe next weekend. But I think we've made some good inroads in the first week of our attempt to rearrange some things at home so that we can transform Yarn and Yarns from its current state into version 2.0. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I think I'll edit this together and upload it as a kind of part one in a little mini series about the transformation. So if you've got any ideas and suggestions about how I can make my little space work, then I'd love to hear them in the comments below. For now, I'm going to sign off until we get to spend time together again. I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now.